Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So in this one here, I actually wanted to talk about some official confirmation that we do have here for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. I actually did a video on this yesterday, but we do have official confirmation now. And I say official confirmation because the source here is never wrong. It has never been wrong. If you know at Andy Lincoln News on Twitter, or X, I guess is what it's called now, you know that this account is never wrong and like always has like these details on Andrew Lincoln and anything sort of related to Andrew Lincoln. And yeah, we have a post here, so I want to talk about this and then give some thoughts on this and whatever. So before we go any further, obviously make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all of my Walking Dead content like this. And also definitely make sure to go follow me on Twitch if you do want to get more live streams and all of that. I will be streaming The Walking Dead Destinies. Now we're going to learn some new details on this game. Obviously next week at New York Comic Con. I mean, I'm assuming so anyways, like it's AMC's event. This game is made by AMC. It's not made by Skybound. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to be talking about it. And I've been seeing some rumored release dates being November. Maybe it's not even rumored. Maybe that they confirmed it as being November. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure the release date is like November 14th or something like that. So when this game is out, I will be doing a lot of gameplay on Twitch. I'll be streaming the entire thing. We'll do like a huge stream where I'll beat the entire game. I'll do like one run through of it, of one storyline, and then the next day or something I'll do another run through and we'll do a separate decision and make a decision based off of whatever. And then I'll also upload those videos. I think, anyways, I'm thinking about it. I'll probably put that into some type of content or whatever and upload it here on YouTube. So yeah, definitely would be a lot of fun. So definitely make sure to go follow me on Twitch. My channel name is Appetite for the Dead. A lot of Walking Dead stuff here coming out. So next week's going to be really insane. 8 more days away. We have this confirmation right here from at Andy Lincoln News. It says, news, a new teaser for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live will be released at New York Comic Con on Thursday, October 12th. Source, AMC Networks. Andy probably won't be attending New York Comic Con, which isn't that big of a surprise because of all the strikes and stuff right now. So yeah, we have, I guess the source is AMC Networks. So I don't know if the account reached out to AMC Networks and have found out that way. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I think that this source here in terms of stuff related to Andrew Lincoln, like I swear it's Andrew Lincoln running the account. Like it honestly feels like it sometimes because it's like, I don't know, the account is just always right in terms of anything related to Andrew Lincoln. So it's, yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely very excited. So based off of the wording here, it says a new teaser. So I do think it's probably going to be a teaser trailer. It's not going to be most likely an official trailer because I do think if it was an official trailer that was like 2 minutes long, 2.5 minutes long or whatever, then the wording here would probably be an official trailer for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live will be released next week or whatever at New York Comic Con. So I think it's going to be another teaser, which is totally, I mean, I think most of us expected that anyways, right? Like they're probably going to release something that was like a minute long. I hope it's not the same type of teaser that we got at Comic Con because the one at Comic Con, like looking back at it, definitely was very underwhelming just because of what they kind of showed, right? Like it's obviously cool in the moment. It was exciting in the moment because it was just anything with Rick and Michonne we're going to be so excited about, right? Like any new footage at all, we're going to be so hyped for. This might be the same case here, but I would like to see a little bit more in terms of the story. I think we need to build up the hype here. Like in terms of just talking about Rick Grimes in general and his return, it's been a long time. It's really been a long time. Like we've been talking about Rick Grimes' return for, I mean, I guess it's been close to 5 years now, right? Because he left at the end of 2018. So it's been close to 5 years. And it's so funny looking back at that time because everyone said, well, I wonder how The Walking Dead would do without Rick Grimes. And it's been totally fine. It's actually been, if anything, writing wise, it got so much better after he left. And I know that's just because, he left when Angela Kang came in. So it had nothing to do with him leaving. I'm just saying the show actually picked up and the franchise got better and it fixed a lot of mistakes in season 7 and 8. So, and then now the spinoffs, obviously, like the quality of the spinoffs are amazing. And so that's just, the hype for this now is just unreal. So, yeah, in terms of giving us something with Rick, in terms of an official story, any sort of teaser of any kind, they need to get into that. I don't want to see something. I mean, it would be cool to see. I'm not going to say I'm not going to like it, but I want there to be like a teaser where there's something in terms of just, where he's staying or maybe through dialogue in some way. Somehow you can set up the teaser where it really hints at like, what Rick Grimes is dealing with, or a scene in which, maybe he's speaking with Major General Beale. Maybe we don't see Major General Beale, but there's like a, you know, a voiceover by him, and then we see something with Rick and he's like held captive or something. You know what I mean? I just want to get more of what the story is. I just want other little details like this. The teaser we got at Comic-Con last year was really just, it was Michonne looking for him, but it was literally 2 shots of Michonne. Like, I don't really count all the silhouette shots of Rick and Michonne to be like actual shots, because that's just promo stuff. I'm more talking about like the actual footage. I mean, we got a zombie, there was some CRM stuff, and obviously 2 shots of Michonne, and there was some stuff of Rick as well, but I just want something else here. You know, I really do want something more. I mean, you could really just focus on Michonne as well. Give us something in terms of Michonne searching for him, and maybe, I mean, obviously, like, you can't show a lot. Like, that's the thing. You don't want to show Michonne at the CRM, and I think that's one of those things in terms of marketing this that's going to be so tricky, because you don't want to release any sort of footage of Rick and Michonne together, right? Or do you? That's the question I have, I guess. Like, do you showcase any footage of them actually together? Because does that ruin the reveal that they actually reunite? I mean, everyone's assuming that they're going to, right? Like, you're looking at this promo shot right here. Like, they're together here, right? Like, you're going to assume that they actually are together because the show is about Rick and Michonne and them finding each other. But do you show that, though, in trailers or in teasers and stuff and in promotion? I think you don't. I really think you're able to hide a lot of that in trailers and stuff. I think you can really focus on a lot of what they're probably going to give us for episode 1. And I think really just focus on that. You know, I don't think you need to really give us anything from stuff that will happen later on. And it's going to be really interesting with this show. I will say that, because in terms of promoting it, like, after episode 1 airs, at least based off of Dead City and Daryl Dixon, because they did that with both shows, they released the, like, you know, what to expect this season type of thing, which is basically showing fans, you know, like, this is what to expect from the season. And because obviously an episode 2 teaser might not be that exciting, so they want to showcase a little bit more to get people to keep watching, right? Do they do that for The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live? Because if you did that, like, are you going to show Rick and Michonne together? You really can't. Like, I really feel like you need to hold off on that reveal. I think that reveal needs to happen and be a big surprise. And I think any sort of promotional footage at all needs to be about them almost finding each other. Michonne's getting close. She's getting to this place here. Oh, she's at the CRM. Like, you know, and this way us fans are freaking out because we're like, oh, they're so close. Like, they're right beside each other kind of thing. But wait for the reveal to happen live and make sure everyone watches the reveal for the first time when they watch the episode. I think that would be so perfect. And then go crazy after that, you know, in terms of promotion, because now you have Rick and Michonne together. Now you can just kind of, you know, and there's a way to do this right in terms of hype and all that. And yeah, like, you have the one show, like Daryl Dixon and Dead City, obviously you can sort of promote it and hype a lot of stuff, but there's always that element to, like, well, people might not watch or people might not like this, right? With Rick and Michonne, it's so different. Everyone's watching, everyone's going to love it. It's going to be so massive. Like, people are really going to love this show. I think you can really tease this a lot. I think you can really keep people being so anticipated, but you can't do it so much to the point where it's January 15th and there's no new trailer or no official trailer. To me, that's just a little ridiculous, because you do need to give people some stuff to talk about. You just need to be able to tease it in the most epic way, where, again, I just go back to, like, the season 9 trailer of The Walking Dead. Like, it was so cool to see the story with Rick and all of that, and there was some really cool stuff with Rick and Negan. That was so cool at the end, and then all of a sudden, we get that Whisperer teaser. It was like a post-credit scene thing, right? Like, you gotta do stuff like that. Do post-credit scene stuff, you know? Like, if they do the trailer, show off whatever they're gonna show off, but do a post-credit scene where maybe there's Major General Beale at the end, or there's some kind of really crazy scene there, right? Like, you gotta do it like that. I think that if you do it like that, this show overall is going to be so successful. And actually, speaking of successful, I want to talk about The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. I was going to do a video on this, and I think I will. And I know I keep saying that I'm not going to do ratings videos anymore, but the ratings for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon is just, it's been really weird. And I'm going to wait to do a video on this until the finale airs, because I just want to see how this plays out. But I've been following it, and so like we said before, the ratings for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon were lower than The Walking Dead Dead City, and it was always kind of one of those things where it was like, why are the ratings lower? And if you're actually looking at the viewers, so for episode 1, 0.631, episode 2, 0.564, and then episode 3, it picked up to 0.649. And that's when I talked about that. I was like, wait, what? The episode number picked up, and it was even bigger than the premiere? Because usually when shows release, it's like episode 1's the biggest one, the premiere is the biggest episode, and then it drops off a little bit, and then it might pick up by the finale, right? Daryl Dixon, though, it's been very different. So obviously, episode 1 had 0.631. It dropped a bit, but then it picked up with episode 3, which was the highest viewed episode. And then now episode 4 is 0.719, which is now officially the highest rated episode. So it's like the ratings here are picking up, and now the viewership and all of that for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon is matching Dead City. So that's a very, very good sign overall. I think that the ratings could pick up a lot more here. And honestly, it really could have to do with just the time of year. Like, releasing The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon in September is just weird. Like, I don't know a lot of people who are watching television shows in early September. Like, I feel like you really start to settle into watching a new TV show like at the end of September, usually early October. You know, like, at least for me personally, that's sort of when I kind of settle into watching a new show. During the summer, there's not a lot of, you know, watching shows and all of that. I don't really get into that, especially horror type of content. Like, The Walking Dead is a horror show, right? It has zombies. There's, you know, it's obviously it's in the horror genre, and people aren't watching this, you know, September 10th when, you know, people are going back to school and, you know, fall's just sort of starting, the summer's winding down. Like, it's just such a weird time to release it, in my opinion. I feel like the premiere should have been October 1st, like the Sunday that just passed. I think the ratings and the viewership and all of that would be much higher. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to be following this here for episode 5 and for episode 6. Episode 5 could pick up a lot more, especially if there's a lot of that variant Walker stuff. And the trailer looked really good, so people might tune in for this one. And then we go into episode 6 here, and we'll see where they go with that. But this relates to the Rick and Michonne show because, you know, Dead City and Daryl Dixon, for the most part, are kind of averaging the same amount of viewers, right? Around 0.6, 0.7 million. And this is just US viewers on cable watching in that same day or two or whatever, right? I don't know if it's within 2 or 3 days. I'm pretty sure it's within 24 hours or it's like the same time if you've watched it that night. I'm not entirely sure. But The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, you know, this show is likely going to premiere in February. I am giving a prediction, by the way. My prediction is this show releases on February 18th. I posted it on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. So we'll have to wait and see if that ends up being true. But I do think that this show is going to premiere on February 18th. The Walking Dead has always had, you know, content air at this time of year. So I'm just wondering now if this is what we're going to see. And, you know, I gave a prediction a long time ago in terms of what I think the viewership numbers were going to be for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. And I talked about it being around, I think 3 to 4 million, around there. I was saying that, I think last year, maybe the year before. And I think I was going based off of just where the numbers were before. But I feel like people mostly watch this now on AMC Plus. Like, I think most people watch this on AMC Plus now. I don't know anybody who watches The Walking Dead on cable anymore. So, you know, in terms of US viewers on cable, I think it's going to be higher than Daryl and Dead City, but I think that it's probably not going to be that much higher. I'm going to say between the 1 and 2 million range. Things could change by next year as well, but I think around that point, I think makes some sense. So yeah, I'm definitely very excited. So this is very, very good news. The Rick and Michonne show obviously is very, very hyped now. People are really loving this show, and well, not loving this show because no one's watched it yet, but people are really hyped for this. So yeah, definitely post your thoughts down below. Post what you want to see in that teaser that's coming out next week. We have 8 more days until the teaser is shown. Post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.